What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will, the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel. We're online at www.whatsupinthesky.com, and you are looking at a Curiosity rover picture. This is from Sol 563, one of the new ones coming down. I tell you what, these things are starting to look really weird. All sorts of stuff everywhere. I uh, I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have to. They're blending these things in as good as possible, but it just looks like a junkyard full of stuff that just God knows what half this stuff is. It's definitely not just rocks. You know what I mean? It's could be metal, could be machine parts, could be parts of buildings, concrete, all sorts of stuff that's just been thrown about the crater, Gale crater. Um, and if I'm there, I don't even know which ones to start pointing out. You can point out down here. You can point out up here. Um, I know it's a little blurry. Let me show you. I'll show you the picture and why it's a little blurry. But all the stuff that looks like tubing or possible twigs, it looks like some. I tell you, I know it sounds crazy, twigs, but why I say that because when I take pictures here on Earth, and sometimes I'll take my pictures from the mountains and stuff like that, or and try and make them look like. Trying to look like Mars, put a couple filters on them, and red filters, and the only time I can really get this weird kind of you know, lines and stuff like that where it looks like there's tubing and stuff like that is when I have twigs or some sort of actual live grass or something there. But check this thing out. Tell me if this doesn't look like. Now, people have been telling me for the longest time, Will, there are Mars, little people on Mars, little people on Mars, little people on Mars. I get it all the time, and you guys know who you are who come and do that. And I really usually don't see them myself, but if I ever had to say something look like a shape of a small human or a small something, this is it right here. Saying this, let me get this a little bit bigger here. Saying this would be the head, and you might not see it. This would be an arm. This would be one arm going up, one arm going that way. This would be like a vest or the chest area. Here would be the legs, one leg and then two leg. And then, so this is middle of the body. That's the head. Now I'm just saying that just because I think that's pretty interesting. Whatever it is, even if it's just a cut off that rock or something. But looks like we've got some fossils here, something along those lines. Very strange stuff. And once we pop we're gonna play around with this one for a minute here because there's a lot of good stuff on here. Let's see what we got here. Here's where you get it from. Don't worry, all you gotta do is go down the description below. That's gonna be linked. So I link it all the time. All my pictures, all the videos I do have a link to a page somewhere where you can actually get the things. So don't ever have to worry about that on one of mine. So let's back it out here. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try this auto color. See if it looks any better than what we had. See that? It's amazing how auto color on Photoshop just takes that stuff right away, that color of it. Um, but is that what? See how this stuff opens up? Look at the structures of this stuff. I mean, this is just wild. Um, I mean, what kind of rocks have you guys ever seen come like this and go up and around? Look at this. I mean, this is absolute piping of some sort. See this? As it comes up and around, look, there's a perfect circle it's under. It just looks like some sort of machinery that was on here at one time or washed here at one time. Here's more right here as it comes down. Circle there. Up here you've got more of this figure eight, and it comes down. And what's interesting is look, it comes down, it figure eights down, it comes down, and this moves over towards this thing, like it's all connected. This goes up here, and this is connected. Um, let's see if we can't do so. Let me go backwards, step backwards. Uh, let's see, here we are. Image adjustments. We do the auto tone. We do auto contrast. That pulls out the contrast a little bit, and you can see where you get a little bit of it's just like this stuff here too. This stuff looks to be up on, actually pretty big stuff. Again, you've got like a rock with like a weird leg thing hanging off of it. How could that be? Since when does stuff like that happen? I mean, I don't even. I'm trying to think of the geological process that could actually form that. I've seen some amazing stuff here on Earth. Now, there are some amazing things on Earth, but this stuff is just too cool. So let me go backwards. I think the best way to do it, let me just start with the gamma real quick and start with the exposure. And leave it like they send it down to us with that real dark or that real like browny tint to it. Let's see. I guess it pulls out a little bit. See, you've got these shapes too. These things right here were interesting to me. Almost like there was a couple. It's got like it's one, two, three. And if you go up here, there's another couple right there. And I was wondering, that looks like it was kind of part of the same deal. But I think that is cool. Like I said, that does look like a little person to me. That was like the first one I've ever actually seen. I was like, yeah, it does look like a little person. Not that it's not there in the other pictures. Like, I'm not saying it's a little person. If you listen to what I say, and I always make sure I say this, it's I see what I see, you see what you see, and we go from there. Um, you know, I just equate to what I know on Earth. I know that a lot of my buddies who do these are having trouble with people coming in and arguing and stuff like that and being rude. And it's like, I've gotten used to it. When someone comes here and is rude and doesn't want to actually debate something or do it, by slander, just banned from channel. I got no problem. See you later, dude. Or if you got to say something with disrespect, you can't be respectful to people, bam, gone. Let's hit that auto color. Um, let's see what else we got here. Image, exposure, offset. So what I like about the gamma is look at all the coloring in this. This is coming either from the artifacts in the rover, and the gamma helps, pull a lot of that out anyway. It puts the color, but look at it. Look how colorful this is. Um, but it's there in the original picture. See, this over here is the original stuff. Look at all the colors that are thrown in there. It's like it's put in there to throw us off. And we're gonna black and white this here in a second too. But let's take a look at this here. Look at this stuff. There's almost like these things right here have just fallen down and everything's been destroyed. I definitely think something, whatever happened on Mars, has been destroyed. Um, this is very, very cool. Let's see. I'm sure you guys are seeing a whole bunch more than I am on here. Like I said, the fact that everything seems connected, seems like little baby parts. These don't seem like rocks to me. They're not colored like rocks. They're not shaped like rocks. Rocks don't have things that hang off the side of them, like they look like tubing, like this right here, that figure eights down. Um, let's check this out over here a little bit. Let's see. Pretty cool, especially with the colors, how it does that. I mean, it's like they're sending back the worst. The stuff's getting pretty bad what they're sending back, I must say. And I don't blame them, and I'm sure there's going to be a rover issue soon because, like I said, everything we're rolling up on is something new and interesting, and they know, so it's gonna eventually they're gonna have to say either A, all right, we found the civilization up there, or you know, publicly say that, which maybe they won't because they're letting. I mean, anybody who really wants to know can go. They've put it out. They've let us see these pictures at least, and you know, so maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they want us to see this stuff. That's why they put it out. Why else would they put it out, right? But they do try and they blur it out a lot. So it's one of those things where I think there's probably people that work in NASA to see this stuff, like the actual real things that come down. I couldn't imagine how crisp and clear some of the pictures, the real raw data is that comes from it. Um, but anyway, let's go back to the picture. It looks like this kind of runs down here, and once again, you've got these things. They're just like almost looks like tubing. The structure of it. And it just could just be the fact that it's everything there has been hit with the sand. It's probably been rained on for years and years and years and years as the civilization. I think this was an old civilization for some reason. That's what I see when I look at this stuff. I'm thinking ancient Egypt style, stuff like when we go to the jungles and and find, or in the desert when they start pulling stuff out of the desert. It's amazing how they what this stuff looks like. It looks like ruins, like this kind of stuff. Like down in Pumapunku, one of my last videos looked like it had Pumapunku rocks on it. It looks just like some of the cut rocks. But I mean, look at this stuff here. This is just spiraling around, and it's a different. Looks like a different color. I haven't touched the color on this one. Let's do something. Let's just adjust it. Let's take it out. Let's do black and white. No, I don't want to do it like that. Okay. There's another way to do that. Image, adjust, desaturate. All right. Image. Yeah, I guess auto color shouldn't do anything when there's no color to it. Brighten it up a little bit. Auto contrast. See, and we can see these even better now, I think, in black and white. You've got like that M-shaped thing here that look comes up. This up here almost seems to be sculptures of some sort. It runs along, it comes up, it snakes up through here, almost like like a hose would along something along those lines. Let's come over here. This looks like a nice, almost like a perfect piece here that's shaped. It almost looks like it's shaped like like Stewie's head if you watch Family Guy. And then there's a perfect spear on top of that. Let's take a look at that. Let's make it a little bigger. See that? And you can see that's perfect too, because you can see the shine in it. You know when you're looking like a cue ball or the 8 ball, if you have really nice pool balls, or and the shine that's in the middle of it, wherever the sun hits it, just you could tell it's a sphere. But look at the symmetry. Same thing here with the looks like the things that come out and they go down and around. Unless there's some sort of rocks that actually grow like that, I just don't understand what we're looking. I can't figure out what we were actually looking at unless it was some sort of ruins that have been just totally either smashed up or destroyed, or it could just be the fact that it's kind of been hidden. That they're putting those colors into it, making it look so pushed together. But all right, here we go. Check this out here. This is just too symmetric to me. And it has this coming down, this beam coming down. They come, and what's interesting is a lot of the stuff they're 90-degree angles, but they're curved. Like that pipe and bend it up. Like this one right here, look, bam, come down and around, and it's curved there. You can see the curve in it. And just here, you can see this one comes down, you can see the curve in it, but it almost looks like it's 90 degrees. Um, I'd love to know what you guys think we're looking at here, because as we're getting closer and closer, this stuff is getting more and more interesting. Um, Sometimes I think it's easier to pick the stuff out and then change it to color. Well, maybe not. Look at this stuff here. What's this? This is something buried right there. See that? That looks like that's something buried in the sand there. More stuff here. This seems to have been played with, whatever it was. Almost looks like an animal. I saw this earlier, and it kind of has this thing coming off like a little snout, but and more. See what I mean by how like just the shapes like this, that pipe. That's all I can think of there. It's crazy. It's like I can't get that here on Earth. I try it. I tried it all the time. I've tried to do it. Now this stuff does not look like this stuff looks like machinery that's all been busted up and just dropped here. Um, Little C clamp stuff like that. See that little C looking thing right there? Look at that. Look how it's actually not. It's actually look. Watch this. It goes around, comes back, and it's still up there. It turns the corner. I mean, that's what 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. All right, guys, come on. The people who come in are like, oh, blah, 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 it's just rocks. Come on. Look at this. This is some sort of canister or something. Um, Here you've got, this caught my eye too. We're gonna turn this back to color here in a second, but this definitely looks like some sort of metal or something that was part of, not this little part here, but see how there's like right here, and then it's got this down here. It's like notched out. That's got a notch out there. To me, that looks like, let's pull it back here. Let's see the color version of it. Yeah, interesting. It's amazing how that color, how it can throw your eyes off, just how they put that little green in there. Here's green here, it's blue there, it's purple there, and they add it to it. I know that's being added. It's either being added at the rover or it's being added somewhere else. Check this thing out in the distance. Someone's just sitting there. Make sure that to go back. Let's see. What do we have here? This almost doesn't seem to match up. Alright, see how this just seems, well, this is abruptly cut off here. Let's see what we got. And back here, there's something that looks like this seems to look like a little mini wall. Um, but look back here, this seems to be a hut or something along those lines. Let's see what we come up with. First, I want to take a look at this little piece right here. Image, auto color. Yeah, it's something weird there. And it seems like whatever it is, it's missing a strip here that's kind of blurred a little bit, but it almost looks like this is a perfect circle there. And it looks like a perfect circle there. Look at that. Comes out and around it. It's pieced out. Almost looks like, that's hard to put it almost looks like this right here would be a perfect circle and this a perfect circle. Like it would be kind of symmetric, like if you folded it in half, but that right there is kind of blurring it out. Let's see what happens if we turn that little piece to black and white. Let's see, image adjustments. Can you actually do it to saturate? Same, same thing. You really can't tell much more difference, but still pretty interesting to say the least. Just randomly out here in the junk land of Mars, Uncle Jake's junkyard, right here, just pretty cool. This kind of looks like that little wall right there, just rocking and rolling down. This looks like it's got something coming up in the air. Can't tell what that is. You could definitely tell that's like blocked out and sitting something. It's got next to that U shape right here, like, and up here does seem to look like a, oh, this right here looks like a, let's do this right here on, actually looks like a couple different faces. And I don't think that that's from pixelization. It doesn't look like it could be. Even here you got that, these circles, and then they're squared. That almost looks like it's just been carved into the mountainside or carved into that little slot there. All right, here we go. Exposure, just pop the gamma. See this here? It looks like an alien head. It actually looks like a gray alien. One, two eyes, like a little nose there. I guess the gray aliens don't, they got little slits, I think, if I remember correctly, but that just looks like something. It looks like a bust of a of something, like a humanoid. And here just kind of looks like an entrance or something, or just a little piece of carved out stuff. Could be a dark rock or something that's covering it, but I don't know. Here you got another perfect sphere. But here it does seem like a wall. Look, this seems like it comes off of it. Let's look at some of the stuff in the foreground too, because this looks like this has been manipulated and pasted and copied as well. So we've got this right here. It looks like there should definitely be some part of this rock. How could this rock just go up and over like that? I guess it could, but imagine it just comes straight like that and cuts out. So what was pasted and copied here to what are we hiding here? There's some weird stuff right here. Um, you know, uh, Taking a picture wouldn't do that. It would, you see the round piece to it, unless this color was added to make you not see what was here on this. So maybe what we're gonna do, and these pieces right here, like so this piece right here almost looks two eyes and a nose and a mouth. That was the one that says looks like machinery. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe that's actual block. I'm looking at it from it without the black and white, or looking at it from here. All right, go back to where that was. Okay. Like I said, it just looks to be, this looks way too fishy to me, that rock. Let me bounce this off here. All right. Like I said, is it up there than what they're trying to hide? Image. See, what's happening is it's taking longer for these things to get down, and they'd had some glitch in the MRO, which they've I think since fixed. The satellite that orbits one of them. There's Odyssey that sends data back, and that also sends data back. So there's all sorts of stuff sending data back, and Maven's on its way there. That's going to help the rovers. Um, but check that out. Does not that looks fishy to me. It looks like they pasted and copied that into the picture. I mean, if this was rounded off, how does stuff just stop like that? So, can somebody here at NASA explain this to me? I know you guys watch my videos. You guys hit my, I can see in my logs. I can also, you go to my website all the time, nasa.gov. I know you're watching. You guys are probably laughing or having fun. I don't care either way. Seeing what you missed, seeing what we're seeing out here. Check this out. That doesn't look like a piece of machinery. Nah, it doesn't look like anything. It looks like a rock. Being sarcastic. Being a little sarcastic. Let's see. My throat's been killing me lately. I'm not my chipper, loud self as usual. Let's see. There's so much to look at here. Like, what in the hell? This kind of looks like, it looks so smoothed out, but like so, what's the hell's the word I'm looking for? Like there's so many little pieces to it. It's weird. It looks like a blob. It's just interesting stuff around Mars. Especially, they picked a good spot to go to, and they picked it for the reason. This is the reason they picked it for the ruins, and it just is what it is. Just because they're not showing it to us doesn't mean that that's not why they picked them. Here again, it seems like there's a natural kind of wall or break in it. Kind of like we had, if you look at your neighbor's property, sometimes you'll just see a natural break from your lawn to theirs. Maybe we're looking at what used to be old houses or something like that. This is just a junk that was left in it, the trinkets and stuff like that. I mean, what's far-fetched? What's far-fetched to say? Who knows? We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. And the people who think they know probably don't know either. That's why I keep myself open. I never will turn down evidence or somebody's got something to say, convince me either way. I love to hear it. So that's why I love the comment section because I can get you guys, people who love this stuff or people who don't, who are coming and thinking, this dude's crazy. If you could leave a comment, let me hear what you got to say, but don't be rude in it. If you can't be rude, if you can't not curse in your comments, you can't do business here. No wonder why that's not working. I'm already doing that somewhere else. I have something selected. Right here, it looks like all this stuff right here seems to be interesting. Let's see, image, auto color. I mean, let's take a look at this. This looks like ruins, just like I said, it looks like a house or something burnt down here, a million years ago, and this stuff was just sitting out. This right here looks like a big, huge head. That's pretty funny. It's kind of creepy looking head too. Almost looks like writing or something like that, but it's just seems to be just ruins. Here you've got something very, 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 very junkyardish. Oops, let me show you that one other thing. This almost looks like the skull of something like a eel maybe or something along those lines. Who knows? Maybe we're looking at what's under the ocean, or this is stuff was just under the water. So you've got stuff mixed in from civilization and then all sorts of fossils and stuff like that. So if you look at my other video, there's no rhyme or reason. If you look at my other video, there's just so much stuff up there. I mean, this looks like definitely looks like a piece of machinery or something. Um, it's a perfect rounded. It's got a bell, and it looks like how it bevels out to um, like a perfect round tip. And you can see, like I was saying about the 8 ball earlier, the cue ball, how it's got that look to it, like it's been polished. And you can see it as a sphere. Um, that's interesting, just kind of laying there. Gosh, there's so much more to this picture still. Still stuff in it. I mean, the rover's up there having a blast. I'm sure the people are actually running that thing because that thing's awesome. Nuclear power. That thing should run forever. As long as there's no issues or something like that with the wiring, because that thing would run forever. Yeah, I keep looking at the wheels. They're saying that the wheels are scaring them. I guess I don't know why. Um, they're not that bad. They do have some wear and tear, but look at that. Here's a perfect like plate or something that's just sitting in there. I didn't even notice that. I should have started it off with that. Image, adjustment, auto color. I mean, that looks perfect, like some sort of dinner plate or something. Even next to it looks like doesn't look like a rock. It's got a big hole in it. Um, what do you guys think it is? Oh, guess what came in today? The Curiosity rover came in, the Lego one. I've already got the one I built, but I'm giving one away. When I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to give it away. But in the meantime, I'm going to set up something on my website where you guys can just go put like your email address or something, or sign up for the website. I'll figure out what to do here soon. Like Google has, because my AdSense, you have to be very careful with contests and giving stuff away. So I'm gonna be giving back to my community because if somebody wins out of the United States, it'll probably take forever to get there and cost me an arm and a leg. But I don't care. You guys rock. You guys have brought me so many hits, and you share my stuff all the time, and you come. You guys actually share my hobby with me. That's what I love about it. More 90-degree rounded angles there, just look like some sort of tool just sitting there. But why, Mr. Rover, why do we have to have such crappy pictures? Especially now. I mean, why are they so damn blurry? Another thing that kind of looks like an animal. We saw the one thing over here. See that kind of just sitting there? It even looks like it's a little tail on it. A little tail. I got a bunch of those videos because there's one. I mean, on one of the pictures looked just like a poodle. I'm surprised that one didn't go anywhere else because I thought it looked just like a poodle. But it's amazing what actually one of my videos will actually go start going viral and which ones don't. It's like they're handpicked. The ones that I can't stand and end up doing it, or the ones that I fumble around in, are the ones that end up getting viral. Or the one time I opened up with me rapping my theme song, that one's going viral. But well, I said I just love looking at these shapes and stuff like that. I mean, that mountain just looks like there's stuff everywhere, and too cool. And even when you have the color off there, that definitely looks like that's some sort of machine, or that looks like aluminum or something. And then this right here just tells me they messed with something here. They're hiding something because why would they paste and copy this picture in right there? So there's a lot of people think that this thing isn't even on Mars, and I sometimes I wonder, and I would be so devastated if that was the truth, if that turned out to be that it wasn't up there. I mean, that would be so disappointing. Let me hit this one time up here because I saw this kind of looks like it's a like a sun, perfect sun or something like that, but buried a little bit. See if you can't contrast, pull it out, and then we will be done. That's hard to see it. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Okay, so you kind of see it there. It almost looks like it looks like it's carved out, kind of like a sun type thing. Here's a petal or flower. Here'd be the middle. There'd be a flower. There'd be a petal. There'd be petal, petal, petal. And up here just kind of seems to be another one of those, another rounded thing. This here's got a couple big holes in it. Anyway, guys, what do you think? What's up in the sky 37? Comment, hit like, share this one. I probably went long on this one. I didn't even look at some of the stuff in the background, some more of what seemed to be rectangles and all sorts of stuff. You guys let me know what you think. What's up in the sky 37? My name is Will. You guys have a wonderful Friday night. Peace. 27 minutes. Been a while since I had a long one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you stayed this long. If you stayed this long, smash the like button for me. Peace.